Hello there, travelers. We have a tale to tell.
Too long ago,
I never really
this
liked
guy
the
is.
taste of blueberries.
I wonder what this dude's name is, because like they kept the old archived audio, and it's a really nice narrator.
Oh, the narrator?
Yeah.
I mean, I could go look at the voice cast on, like, say, IMDb.
So here we are in the island of the blueberry people.
They're called Zoombinis. Also, I also realized the mixing of the audio wasn't the best. I'll just tell the story. Zoombinis lived in happy peace. Then bad people called the Bloats arrived.
Bloats? Oh my god.
And tricked them. There they are.
Then one day, who should
Nice shit.
show up?
But the groups.
The Bloats. They promised that they would help them with the
I just see the
trade.
lip movements. I just think they're going,
Are those lips or hands?
they look like I think they're lips.
Their lips with big underbites.
Are you sure?
I think so.
And
Look
unfortunately,
at them dancing
the Zoombinis
around.
fell for it.
Aww.
Unfortunately, the Zoombinis fell for it.
How the fuck do these things' biology even work?
Shush. That spring is biological, I'm sure. And they fell for it.
And
hook,
then
line, and
mechanical
sinker.
propeller?
So in less than 2 days,
The bloats had taken
they were imprisoned.
Oh no.
This isn't what they promised you at all.
I cannot possibly fathom this many boxes on top of my head without hands.
Ow! Oh!
Ouch.
Oh, well,
Ow.
she's alright.
Okay.
Well, you can push them only
So they
far
decided to,
before
and
they
by the
take
way, this is literally the
matters
plot of
into
every
their
single
own
Zoombinis
hands.
game ever. They just can't catch a break. They are going to escape
Oh,
and
boy.
run.
Actually, you say that. How many Zoomini games are there?
I know of 3. There's a Numbers Journey, this is the Logic Journey, and then I remember there was one other one that it was more in 3D CGI that I remember playing.
Yeah, but everyone only likes the logical one because nobody likes
This is the one
numbers and nobody likes jumps to 3D.
Hey, Scruff.
Rough, of course.
Rough.
That's a name
That's
I haven't
my
heard of in a
village.
while.
My village. So here's the thing. All Zoombinis have a option of 4 different traits. Eyes, a particular hairstyle, a colored nose, and their feet. Equiphy, Bempathy, Tuxi, Secrecy, Oditra.
Speaking in
you
tongues.
Wasi.
Oh, you can't even give them their own names?
Nah. But then you can also randomize altogether. I'm just going to hit this button to rapidly give me 16 of them.
The interesting thing about this game, though, is that no 2 Zoombinis are alike.
Well,
Yep,
that's nice.
They will throw you. Is it 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There are 400
Yeah, it's 16.
Zoobinis in total that you have to get across
Correct.
the sea.
Because 400 different combinations.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Supposedly.
Yes. So yes, if you play this game to completion, you will get and you will see every possible combination of a Zoombinis appearance.
Also, I looked it up. The voice of the narrator is Mark Petrekis.
Mark Petrekis. Okay.
I will look
So
him up.
I will say that this is the game that I saw. I was in kindergarten when I saw the original release of this game.
Oh, so I was noticing that this game looks awfully crisp for what's a game you played during your childhood. Is this like a remake?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes,
say.
it
It
is. This is a remastering where they redid all the visuals, they redid all of the artwork to be fully hand drawn like this,
That's
as
pretty
opposed
neat.
to what it used to be. As you heard, though, the audio is still the original archived audio. So let's get to the gameplay real quick. The purpose of the Logic Journey is to basically think of it like every game is a big Venn diagram that you have to figure out what works and what doesn't by using. Oh geez, I could sense the politicalness of like they all these are based about their appearance.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
So the idea is that-
the inhabitants of this mysterious new land are pretty particular about their likes and dislikes.
And how to get across. So for this puzzle, you need to look at which ones are the same. So I think it's the glasses. Nope.
In this case,
Aw.
it seems to be the...
I think it could be the hair.
No,
I think it's the hair.
Yes, the hair.
So yeah, so because I'm playing on easy, wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. Nope. Yeah, it's the hair. So because I'm playing this on easy, it's really only going to be caring about one of the traits. Later on, you're going to have to be like, okay, they only want this and this, and maybe the other bridge wants this and this. But for now, on easy, one bridge only wants this, and other bridge is just going to want everything else.
And some later
easy for
puzzles
them.
can get absolutely diabolical with these kinds of
Oh,
combinations.
you gotta like
This
remember.
actually
You
looks
gotta,
kind of fun.
It is.
It
really
is fun.
I enjoy it. It was originally a children's game, but I feel like there's a lot of charm to it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, not to mention
and-
that the artwork is absolutely magnificent in this remake. Not to
That's
knock
how
the
it is.
original one either, because that
Oh,
one had
and
some
it should
pretty
be-
decent
oh.
painterly pictures.
And it should be noted, as you notice on that peg, if I messed up one more time, whoever was left is left. It is possible to not get all the Zoombinis through. Here, the bridges could collapse. Somewhere else, the caves could collapse. And the idea is that later on, we're going to reach a checkpoint. And if I don't have a full party of 16, you got to go back and bring another group of 16 with you.
Oh.
But you are always progressively moving forward. You are always moving this whole group forwards because this look at, if you notice the length, it's gonna be a little bit longer because
Oh, I love these guys.
Hello, rock
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So
I love
this is
I love the guy on the left the right that's like, here we go again. It's like, what, you're implying that this is like the second or something other time that you've seen these blueberry people just walk up to your front door?
no, you didn't like it. So this is very much.
I'm so
So this is very much of a Venn diagram. So I have to look and say, okay, the left rock was okay, and the bottom rock was not okay with it. So it must be the upper left. And again, it's always about the appearances, and that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
These guys are really weirdly particular. For
They
better
all
and
are.
for worse. But mostly
They
for
all are.
worse.
But yeah, so this was a children's game that again I played the original back in.
You played it.
all doors are open to you.
But yeah, I
Screw
played
you
this
two-
game.
Well, screw you two, Rockjaw.
But I played it. But I played this back in kindergarten, and okay, admittedly, Icky's right. I didn't like the numbers game. Like I got the numbers game thinking it would be this game.
Well, here's the thing.
got the
No
wrong game.
child in the right mind would enjoy number games.
Jeez, what do
Especially
they
me.
like?
It looks like
Well,
it,
I've heard
looks
good
like
things about Math Blaster.
it looks like everybody's going in the left side.
What
There's
about
I ha-
Math Blaster?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
people like Math Blaster. I enjoyed Math Blaster.
I want to record those and look at.
Okay,
So it looks
okay,
like
it's gonna be-
no people allowed on the bottom half, but on the top
Nope.
half, you got people with shoes and legs and wheels.
And it looks like everybody with the propellers are going to go on the right. So it looks like this time they're particular about the feet. And that will be randomized. It won't be just the feet every time. It won't be just the head. Got you all these guys up there.
And sometimes they count 2 or more features between individual Zoombinis.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, on hard mode you will be having to fill up all 4 of these caverns. But again, on easy we're just caring about 2.
Guys,
And the most
unfortunately
difficult
after this, I'm
part.
gonna have. Unfortunately, after this, I'm gonna have to BRB to do some dishes, but I'll be back before the recording ends.
Alright.
Okay, but yeah, I will tell you right now, Celia, if you are looking into trying this game out, let's get this out of the way. This is currently available on Steam
Sweet.
for $10.
Awesome.
Not too bad.
But yeah, while it isn't
Alright,
as
guys,
obvious as it
Okay,
isn't
alright.
as well, it isn't as obvious as the previous puzzle with the bridges. There is an invisible time limit, so to speak, for
Yes.
that puzzle. If you mess up too many times, the rocks will actually fall and block your path. But anyways, here we got probably the best puzzle in the game.
We're gonna get to make pizzas?
Shh, shh, shh.
Whatever you are, make me a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fine.
Okay.
He's a pizza troll.
Pizza time!
So, this one's actually a lot simpler. This one, all we have to do is just make a pizza that he likes.
Yep. But
That's
keep
it.
in
We
mind
just have to
he's
try combinations.
pretty picky. Also,
Yes,
apparently he's a
so-
troll, even though he just looks like an inanimate tree stump.
They all look like an anime tree stump, so...
Here you go, sir.
Come on. More stuff.
So he'll tell me, so he wants more than just cheese. And he will, and this is, again, kind of a Venn diagram, he'll put it up there in those rocks to tell me which ones he likes and which ones I need to add more of.
Which actually took me a while to figure out my first time around, because in later difficulties, it's not just him that you have to appease, but you have to appease up to 1 or 2 of his friends.
Yep, which means you have to keep making more and more, and what happens is that the more impatient and the angry he gets, he'll start, actually hitting your Zombini, and if you piss him off enough with too many wrong options, he'll just whack him away.
He'll
You lose
literally uppercut your Zoombinis into the aether.
God damn.
Or, all the way back to start.
him. Oh, he just wanted one with every freaking thing on it. Should've just started
Oh,
right with
that'll
that.
never do. More!
Okay, I
But
guess
yeah,
it's just,
you'll
fine,
know
here's
that
the
you're
whole
on the
thing.
right track if he throws the pizza onto one of the rocks. If he
he
throws
throws
it
into
into
that-
that little ditch down there, that's basically their
It's trash.
garbage disposal.
Yeah, which now logically,
Logically.
So for instance, if he put mushrooms and pineapple down there, I would now immediately know logically, no mushrooms or pineapple. Only like try the other thing. So yeah, every puzzle I don't think is unfair. Every puzzle you just have to think logically, figure out if it's not this, then it's this. It's a lot of that. Which
Well, at least you'll take one.
yeah,
But here we
And if
find
it's his
ourselves
friend-
a little forest fire in the making.
this is one of those checkpoints I told you about, James. So this one, if I had lost anybody and did not have a full party of 16, I'd have to go back to the bridges and lead another group in to help add to our party.
Hold on.
And
it all
it's
just
not like
becomes a case of repetition.
yeah, it's not like they just go back home. They actually stay in that little cabinet over there on the
Just this
left.
little nook over there.
Oh.
But you have to drag and drop them because
That's where they keep them if you lose them. Okay, so never mind that.
yeah, it's literally a kindergarten cubby.
And honestly, I think it is possible. You could, if you want, you could play that first section I just did. You could play that like 20 some odd times. Just move all the group of 400 one at a time. But I'm just gonna go through one whole series.
Yeah. But anyways, here we have a more I wouldn't what's the term? We have a more stingy kind of problem over here. We're about to encounter the dreaded fleens.
Who are the
The
anti-Zumbinis?
Uh-oh.
These guys are jerks.
They're the anti-Zumbinis, and they're anti in the sense of, as you're going to find out, they actually have a particular combination. Every one of them has a particular hair, eye, nose, and foot to match ours.
They're basically mirror world equivalents of our Zoombinis.
Pretty much. So the trick to this game is, you see those three on top of that branch with the beehive?
Uh-huh.
I need to send out the right Zoombinis so that those three will look at them and be like, that's the one I want to chase.
Yeah, for instance, there's only one of the fleens with a
shoot.
bandana on their head. So since we only have, say, one Zoombini with that messy hairdo, one with the red nose, the glasses, and the spring legs.
Yes, over there on the left. He plays him. So I'm looking at this like, okay, helmet means the girl with the long ponytail, so don't send out any ponytails. I need to send out one with...
But you need
They're
one with
all
the same
tuft.
one eye. And this should be it. Yep.
There we go. So there's one. So my strategy for this is, until you figure it out, send your most varied and different Zoombinis out to figure out the code as fast as possible. Honestly, it's like that. It's like you're translating a secret code and you want to figure out which letter means what symbol.
It's
That can-
basically a do-it-yourself decoder ring.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, James?
Honestly, I just look at some of them and they just look like they're just coming into their freaking weeb phase.
It feels like they're coming into
I'm
like
seeing
a
that.
fucking football rally or something.
It looks like I'm about. It looks
Or
like I'm
in the
about
case,
to
or the
watch.
case of the ones with the blue hair, it kind of looks like they're like shameful Splatoon pretenders.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm about to see a West Side Story.
But here is the tricky part about this puzzle. If we lead too many Zoombinis onto that little branch up there, they'll actually fall off, and we actually lose those Zoombinis.
Yep. So again, you have a limited number of tries to figure it out, which is not punishing because they'll just go back to that campsite. Nice, we got them all.
Nice. The sound compression on when they all leap at the same time is kind of...
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus,
God.
fuck.
Cut them up like
Those
ribbons.
bees are out for blood.
Oh, this narrator's fine.
Oh,
Alright, let's get out of here.
So, yeah, let's
So-
just head
I
on
mean,
out.
yeah. Again, you're.
So I should ask.
Yeah.
When was the game originally released?
Let me.
I want to say like 98?
Zoombinis.
Probably was 98,
99?
97. Let me look it up.
And perhaps only
And when did this remake come out?
there is a
I'm looking that up now.
I believe this remake was like a GoFundMe thing, or like a Kickstarter project.
Okay, here. I got it here. But okay, so I'll say right now, there's probably some nostalgia vision. Like, I'm probably looking through this in nostalgia glasses. I enjoy this. I think it's a really cute children's game that doesn't treat the children like they're dumb. It like progressively trains them into it.
It does seem relatively harmless from what I'm watching.
Okay, the original was in 95. Well, it was made in 95 and released in 96.
Okay.
The remake was made in The remake was actually made in 2001.
I like how the hotel owner
Wow.
here was literally
Oh, wait,
the
no,
same
I'm so sorry.
size when it was
There
a
was
zoom
one
out
remake-
shot as she was when she was actually down here on the ground.
Okay, there was
Ow.
a 2001 remake, and then there was a 2015 remake. I think that's
Nice.
the one that just came out.
Okay, I assume this is the 2015. God, two remakes of one game. That's honestly not that common.
That's pretty good, I think. It shows it has longevity. Anyway, this one is simple. It's just match the two together. It looks like
Actually,
it's
now that I
done
think
by
about it,
hand.
if they waited about a year, they could have released it on the Zoombinis 20th anniversary.
Now here's the
They
thing.
could have.
This puzzle is easy now, but in higher difficulties, it's one of the hardest puzzles in the game. Because
Yeah,
not only
it's
do you
a
have a time
big old
limit, which
grid.
is represented by that clock that actually ticks down every time you mess
I
up, but you actually have
Oh,
to sort
panicky.
these Zubinis out into like multiple different categories.
Icky.
Like it, yeah,
I'm sorry. That the face on that clock scares me.
yeah. It
It's
kind of
like-
reminds
it's
me
like
of the mirror
Ghost
shield.
Mask.
Kind of,
does.
yeah.
Alright, hey, Icky.
Yeah.
Hey!
You know
That's
enough
cool.
about this game, so I gotta
plate
do a
for
quick
everyone
BRB, so you handle it for a
everyone in
second.
plate.
Okay,
I'll be
so yeah, these are Zoombinis. They're like blueberries, only with bean bits inside them.
Bits.
Jamesman, what is your on-the-clock commentary on this magnificent logic puzzle, Travail?
And watch for a pattern.
Well, I certainly learned something new today. That like, even the game starring a bunch of blueberries can be pretty decent.
Blueberries have feelings too. Anyways, now we have
And
to...
they could be used for more than just fetish fuel.
Okay, so for this puzzle, we actually have to aim for the dots on the wall, but the problem is, each dot on the grid corresponds to a separate color and a shape. So, say for example, this green one, Logan, push the button, do it, there we go. Okay, so we can tell that either the the column to the side or okay, so that column's green, that one's yellow, but depending on which shape, depending on which grid space this ball launches at. Okay, so the colors are vertically arranged while the shapes are horizontally arranged. So basically you have to guesstimate whichever color matches with whichever shape on the grid, and you have to make sure that all the spots are filled in before you run out of colored mud.
Uh-huh.
It's,
Seems like a game. It seems like something that's mostly fueled by random chance.
well, that's the thing. The puzzles are procedurally generated, as it were. Like, every time you play the puzzle, it changes up. So, say for example, next time you play this puzzle, the colors and the shapes are actually reversed. So, the shapes are corresponding vertically, and the shapes are corresponding vertically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and say, for example, the green isn't on the left, but the blue is on the left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like we're about halfway through the litter.
Yeah, I think, well, we're halfway through. What are they, cats now?
I guess. Maybe.
They make very alien sounds for cat blueberries.
I'll bet.
In fact, how do they even breathe or, physically function when they have, like, propellers or wheels?
You don't immediately see it. You don't immediately see it, but they got really tiny nostrils under their noses.
Well, no, I'm not arguing that those are noses. I'm just arguing what the fuck are they doing with, like, motorized scooter wheels and propellers? Like, are these biologic or not?
For all we know, they were probably amputated.
Oh my god, the poor things.
Yeah, blueberry-itis is a very serious condition.
I mean, just ask that Viola Beauregard girl, I guess. Also, the narrator in this game is the best part of the game. Outside of the pizza
I hope
machine.
so. Yeah, if there's one thing that'll definitely entice you to a game, whether it be an edutainment or otherwise, if there's a narrator who's appropriate for the job.
Yeah, as
It
long
can
as
actually
it
make you
keeps,
feel like you're actually having fun.
as long as it keeps the player engaged, the game is fun.
Amazing
Right.
indeed.
So yeah.
God, imagine if that were the case for fucking Tip Top's Trials.
Oh my god.
If that game had an over-the-top narrator that knew everything in this game was fucking ridiculous.
You know, if you squint just right, the colors and the noses on these little guys correspond exactly to the Donkey Kong 64 characters.
I was just enjoying some nice steak or ham in the background, and then this evil guy starts laughing.
Logan, did you know that only yellow-nosed Zoombinis can get the yellow-colored pizzas?
Really?
Yeah, so say you go through an area that has both yellow-colored and blue-colored pizzas, you can only pick up the yellow-colored pizzas until you get the blue-nosed Zoombini, like 2 levels later.
This
is the worst Zombini spin-off I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
you have to get up to like 201% just to beat the game.
Anyway, this actually threw me off a bit, so we're gonna cut to when I figure it out. The idea is that what they actually want is not the pattern is not going to repeat. So what they mean, so what they're meaning is that they don't want it to go pink, red, blue, pink, red, blue. They want it to be. And it took me a second to figure this out. They actually wanted.
Welcome back, Sealy.
Hi, Sealy. I didn't realize you'd come back after. Well,
she's alright. So I figured out the puzzle. What they actually want is they want all of the pink noses first, then all the red noses, then all the. So that's what they want. They don't want to go pink, red, blue, pink. They want to go like that. Anyway, welcome back, hon. You're joining us on actually one of the last puzzles of the game.
Well, not quite.
Well, I say last.
I say last after this.
True, and I say last puzzles again.
So, would this count as a look at or a mini commentary?
I guess a little both. Well, they do. Well, I mean, a little bit of both, I guess, because like the idea is, because
I will admit the animation on that lion statue was absolutely fucking amazing.
Because that was all painted, hand painted.
It's hand painted, and it looks like it's pre-rendered.
Yeah.
Honestly, honestly makes me wonder how it looked like if it animated just as well in the very original release.
And now we have what I consider the worst puzzle in the game.
I say this is bad because it's long.
It's long and it takes too long.
What do we got here?
You like matching games?
Maybe.
Then you'll love this one, I suppose.
See, on easy mode is so freaking. On easy mode, it's boring, and on hard mode, it's really difficult.
I mean, what the hell do you even do in the hard mode version of this?
What you do is you see how. Okay, so to explain the concept of the game, you take a Zoombini, match them up with the one on the right, and send them along. Then they're all going to change, and you do that again. There is only one possible combination on the right that will equal one of the possible Zoombinis on the left.
Yeah.
So when I hit the switch...
Honestly, that doesn't sound too bad.
What's going to make it harder is on the harder difficulties. See how each of these slabs have one fully completed Zoombini?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the harder difficulties, one of them will only have hair. One of them will only have eyes. One of them will only have the feet. And you have to combine them. And on the hard... And you have to combine them and like put together a puzzle. And on the hardest difficulty, Icky, you'll have two of the same. Like one will have hair and eyes, and one will have feet and eyes. And the trick is that whichever one you put in front of the other, that is going to be what overwrites the eye behind it. So
it's an overlapping thing.
It's a whole big overlapping. It gets tricky. This is the hardest part of the game, I think.
It's the hardest part of the game in this case, and it's just... It takes forever. This one and a puzzle that we're not showing, which is the frogs across the lily pads.
That one can take forever just to figure out what you need, and I've literally spent like tens of minutes on that puzzle trying to figure out which one on the hard difficulty. So screw it, let's just skip to the end.
That one hurts my head.
Let's skip to the end because this would have taken us like another 5 or 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's the puzzle. Again, not too bad. Now we're on to the definitely one of the more sensitive ones of the game, and I guess we'll actually be done. So I mean, honestly, from what you're seeing, James, what do you think about this game?
I mean, if I played this when I was like a wee child, I probably would have gotten some merit out of this.
We can get it for a try now.
Maybe. I mean, if I'm deathly bored.
I feel like this is a nice casual game to play every so often. What about you, Sealy?
Well,
from what you've seen so far.
You know me. I'm a sucker for childhood games, going back into anything that looks nostalgic. I would love to give this a try.
Hey, Logan.
So this is... What's up?
It's the fabled grid of the ancients.
Don't watch out for that grid on the floor.
Hold on your bottom.
So this is.
Well, it got
this is
pulled
the,
under.
This is the final. This is the final challenge of the game, which is you have to be very mindful of the arrows and where they're pointing, and make a safe path. But also be careful. If you put two Zoombinis on this track too quickly, they can actually collide and you'll lose both of them.
Oh.
That's happened to me by accident before and it sucks. So just be very patient and methodical. So trace out the route. Also, right there, you see that arrow where it looks like there's two arrows? One is pink, one is white?
It switches.
Yeah.
That's a switch. So once one of the Zoombinis goes past it, it will swap to the next one. So you have to honestly be like strategic with how you put them in the right order. Otherwise, you could mess up and send one into their doom.
Yep, into the
Well,
void.
thankfully, it looks like that's the only one that changes in this difficulty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, there it
I mean,
goes.
obviously, in later difficulties of this puzzle, it gets way crazier.
May I also say that I don't know, like something about the music and the art, like looking at that moonlit sky. It's just
It's
something
a
so
very
nice about this game.
serene-looking scene.
Alright, so hopefully its hair will be right and it will not die.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm just gonna keep it going. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep this puzzle going for the rest of it, just to get our thoughts out. So clearly, it's no mystery that Icky and I are like the two like vets coming back to this game. What was your experiences like with this game, Icky?
I watched what's his name play it. Then I saw the Rule Moose review,
Oh, I
and
love what's his
then
name.
I decided for myself, you know what? I like logic puzzles. I'm going to at least try it because it looks like it's going to be really cheap on, say, the Steam store. So, yeah, why not?
And you fell in love with it?
I didn't necessarily fall in love with it. I just found it fun to play. It's a decent brain teaser, I suppose.
It's Professor Layton for kids.
Kind of, but I'm actually really looking forward to the fact that Professor Layton officially came out on iOS, which means I'm gonna speed this up.
I mean, hey, I am
I'm
a not kid, and I never played a Professor Layton game.
I did try Curious Village, and honestly, if it weren't for the fact the puzzles in that are practically those that you probably expect at a fucking college exam, I would have gotten a little more in. I would have probably gotten
It's like
more
a puzzle
into it.
book, and so what I don't like are the puzzles that are just flat out a math problem. I don't want to do a math problem like, oh, how many triangles are there? Oh, what's the number of this divided by this? It's like I don't want to solve a math problem. I just want to.
Can you balance these weights?
I don't mind some of them. I love the more optical illusion. Anyway, so I'm just getting that out there. I am planning on doing I would love to do a commentary of the Layton series or something to that effect, just because I think the story is really great.
These bubbles.
I mean,
move
I've heard good
so
things
slow,
about
though.
it. It's just, yeah.
All right, we've almost made it.
And I'm trying to remember. Did that one new Layton game come out on the Switch yet?
The
one with the girl?
No, that's on the 3DS.
It is
That's his daughter.
getting a Switch version.
Well, that's nice.
I would have appreciated
Yeah.
if the
Oh, that was
last
cute.
Zombini just inexplicably popped the bubble before he hit the ledge.
That would suck.
Sorry, it's called dramatic tension.
Just kidding.
Oh boy.
And so with that, we've added 16 people. Oh, hang on, I gotta let him finish it, because the way he says it is great.
Place of hope and prosperity. Zombini!
We had fun.
We have fun here.
And with that, we have sent 16 Zoombinis to their inevitable doom. Now we've found Zoombiniville.
You know, I'm surprised that they
Hey!
actually have like a welcome home sign built for them already.
Wait a minute.
Eh?
Also, these buildings, these are like your little achievement system to say, like, hey, you made it through these things on certain difficulties and stuff
Build
like that.
up a friggin' village with blueberry people.
And yes, and again, the idea is that is the end of the game, but also the start of it, because, not gonna mince words, this is the part where now you're basically gonna be doing what I just did 20-some more times until you've gotten all 384 Zoombinis on that side up there again.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
There is a-
shit.
And the
There is a
difficulty
fork-
doesn't improve until you've beaten the cycle at least 3 times without failure.
Yes. There are, and again, there is a fork in the road, so there's 3 other puzzles I did not show off, but that's about it. I personally think treating this game to me kind of like a Minecraft or something where like I just have it on while I'm doing other things just because it's fun and I like teasing my brain once in a while. I think it's just fine as it is. But if you're looking for an actual like much of the story, much of this, like that, it was a children's education. It was basically one step away from a children's edutainment game. That's all I can say.
Isn't that essentially what it is anyway?
Yeah, but considering what we had to start with and where we got with it, I do think this is a really nice. I'm thankful that this little gem of a game is still playable to this day.
Well, that's good anyway. I mean, it seems relatively simple in concept, so...
Yeah. So, I hope you all enjoyed that little look into that. Again, that is on Steam. It's just called Zoombinis. They've ditched all the other games, so it used to be called The Logical Journey, but now it's called Zoombinis on Steam for about $10. If that looked fun or something to distract your kid, as opposed to having them watch YouTube Kids, because that is some dangerous territory, go for it. Seriously, don't let your kid be raised by YouTube. There are some messed up things on YouTube Kids, and people abusing the formula and the algorithm. Anywhooser, I was Lucky Jack 20.
I'm James Bay Extreme.
Hi, I'm Princess Lita.
I wish I had a pizza machine.
And this was Zoombinis!
Goodbye, everybody.
Till next time!